disappeared suddenly from the industry.
जी.
Does this documentary cover the part
Yes.
that where was he actually?
Of course, documentary covers the part of when he was a kid, became a musician, to how he became a small-time pop star, to how he found his fame.
Yeah. You worked very closely with him. What is it? One thing which you wishes to take away from his life?
I mean, the most inspiring thing about him is to never give up, right? He just doesn't give up. If he makes up his mind to do something, he's going to do it in spite of it all. And you know what? He works all the time. Every moment that he's up, he's working. He's just working all the time.
कि अभी भी कहीं चले जाओ, no party starts without a Honey Singh song. जब वो drop होती है, मतलब now people are on the dance floor.
I think it's best for the audience to decide what the truth is, instead of us as the filmmakers trying to impose the truth on the world.
Wow.
कि सपने इतने बड़े देखो कि अपने सपनों से कि मतलब दुनिया आपको शक करे कि आप कैसे करो और वो करके दिखाओ.
I also learned from Honey is like, there are no rules. There are no rules. You make your rules and you live your life according to your rules and you go ahead and do exactly what you want.
Lived in a house without windows but still got dreams. By this time, everyone knows ये line किसको belong करती है. Who has said this? And today we are here to celebrate and discuss the most awaited documentary of the year 2024, or maybe the biggest celebration, I guess. Yo Yo Honey Singh Famous. And the representative I have, Guneet ji, who's the producer, and Mozez Singh, who has directed it. मैं दिशा जसोरिया आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत करना चाहूँगी फिल्मी ज्ञान पे. सबसे पहले तो such a powerful line this is. मैं जानना चाहूँगी what are your feelings, ma'am and sir? क्या feelings है? This is going to be special. YouTube पे people are pouring so much of love, so much of love. The craze is, sorry मैं बोलते ही जा रही हूँ क्योंकि I am a big fan and I cannot wait for this. Guneet ma'am.
I think we all started with being fans of Honey, and जब ये documentary की opportunity आई, तब यही था कि मतलब in a short span of time, if you see Honey's life, तो वो इतना fame, हर गाने को touch किया, मतलब वो सोना बनता जा रहा है. And then गायब, you know, and then many years of absolutely being गायब. And now last 3 years, 2 years that we've हमें 3 साल लगे हैं ये पूरी journey में. You know, the comeback, the conversation, and this generation, the kids now. But I can tell you कि अभी भी कहीं चले जाओ, no party starts without a Honey Singh song. जब वो drop होती है, मतलब now people are on the dance floor. So there is magic, you know, and there is magic in a very, very colorful life. So we were very excited to be on this journey and to put together Famous. We could not have thought of a better director than Mozez. And as a producer, I want to say that the bond that Mozez shared with Honey, जितनी खूबसूरती से वो एक trust, एक bridge बना, एक conversation हुआ और ये picture बनी, at least I'm very, very proud of it. And I can tell you that there is nothing like this in India. Like there is nothing, and of a celebrity of that much, that level of fame, to bear all, to open it all, and that is why I'm very, very excited about Famous. And very happy that, you know, what Mozez was able to do with the film. So yeah, I can't wait for people to watch it.
Butterflies in your stomach?
Like everything. I'm going from being completely nervous to completely numb all the time. So I'm like fluctuating between two very extreme emotional states, but it's normal. It always happens every time you're putting something out. So I'm just waiting.
You worked very closely with him. What is it? One thing which you wishes to take away from his life?
I mean, the most inspiring thing about him is to never give up, right? He just doesn't give up. If he makes up his mind to do something, he's going to do it in spite of it all. And that for me is the most inspiring thing about him. He just does not give up. And I just love his determination and his resilience. And you know what? He works all the time. Every moment that he's up, he's working. He's just working all the time. He's so productive, he's so creative, and even he's always doing something, which I find really, really, really interesting as well. So yeah, there are a lot of actually great attributes to him.
What was his reaction like when everything was, on paper, when you guys started it on floor, doing it? What was his reaction? Was
Yeah,
he was he excited? Was he overwhelmed?
this this is not I mean this is a documentary. तो डॉक्यूमेंट्री एक ऑब्जर्वेशनल पीस होता है, तो इसमें हमें नहीं पता था कि हम किस जर्नी में जा रहे हैं, बट दिस वाज अ जर्नी ऑफ ट्रस्ट, क्योंकि हम बहुत सारे सवाल पूछते हैं, फिर वो
Oh.
सवालों का काउंटर पूछते हैं, फिर उसको एडिट करते हैं, फिर जाके सवाल पूछते
Hmm.
हैं कि इसके बारे में आपका, पर हम उस इंसान पर इतनी रिसर्च करते हैं कि हम उसकी हर लाइफ के उसके ऊपर सवाल पूछते हैं कि आपका रिएक्शन क्या था. सो इट्स नॉट लाइक इट वाज ऑन पेपर एनीथिंग, and we have seen all sides of honey, and Moses describes it the best. We've seen honey with his family, we have seen honey in parties, we have seen honey in Dubai, we have seen honey in America, we have seen honey in a club, we have seen honey surrendering, we've seen a fearless honey completely breaking down and having a crash because of the fear of mental health, and that triggers. We've seen him vulnerable. So it's been a bear all. It's been a process of just a deep, deep connection. So ऐसा एक रिएक्शन नहीं था, एक्साइटेड था, मतलब हमने, बिकॉज हम लोग 3 साल से इतना बात कर रहे हैं और उनसे टच में हैं, तो 3 साल अलग अलग दिन पर, अलग अलग बात पर, we've seen him lose weight, we've seen him show up for himself, we've seen him jam 3 a.m. to like 6 a.m. and being like, this is going to break the internet, and so we've seen all sides of, this
Amazing.
outstanding personality, very, very colorful.
When you're describing it, I can visualize it, and I just cannot wait
Yeah,
for the
we can't
documentary.
wait
Oh
for
my
people to
god,
watch it.
the way you're saying it, it is giving me goosebumps.
Yeah.
There's this one particular line which I saw in the trailer where, please save me. It takes courage to come out and express this emotion to your family that please save me. I'm not in a good state.
Yeah.
Was it just a general take on it? I wish to know from both of you, being there in the industry. Mental health is something which is very important. When you're starting off, it's difficult. It's difficult when you have nobody behind you. You're just an outsider doing it for yourself. People do not talk about mental health, but how important it is to save this.
I mean, the mental health part of our film is a very big chapter in the film. We've discussed everything in the film. We've covered all ground, I think.
Yeah.
And the mental health part of the film is a very big chapter of our film, only because it was a very difficult time for him and his family. And he's very, very, very lucky to have the love and support of this family, because he's the center of their world. They love him, and they were there for him no matter what, and really, really supported his healing and his recovery. So it is something that he has spoken about very openly in the film. He's been very revelatory actually about the things that he's spoken about. It is something that his family members have spoken about very openly in the film, and you just realize how absolutely difficult it must have been, and what a horrific ordeal it is for anybody to be actually going through. The fact that he has managed to come out of it, that he's back on his feet, he's out there, he's killing it, he's ruling the roost once more. I mean, I was at the AP Dillon concert the other night where he, I mean, of course I went with Honey, and where he made a surprise entry, and it was insane. So the love that people have for him is very, very big, and it just goes to show that even mental health is something that people can deal with if they have love and support and the right kind of infrastructure which helps them on that journey back to recovery, which is exactly what happened to him. He's actually a very lucky guy.
And something that Honey only says very emotionally in the film, and to Moses, is that आपका कोई भी अगर अंग खराब हो जाए, आप उसके ऊपर काम कर सकते हो, आप डॉक्टर के पास जा सकते हो, आप रिप्लेस कर सकते हो, इतनी सारी सर्जरीज होती हैं, दिमाग का क्या करोगे ना, ब्रेन का क्या करोगे. सो वो बहुत ही एक पावरफुल जगह है, and you don't know where that fear is coming from. You don't know how to react to it. You don't know if that darkness will ever go away. You don't know if you'll ever be able to come out of it. You know, gaining that weight, looking at yourself, you know, just it's a dark place to be in. And then, you know, for a grown-up man, a successful and extremely successful celebrity grown-up man, to say that save me is a big deal. Is a and that is and this is a story of resilience, and
Yeah.
that is Honey.
Yeah. He's disappeared suddenly from the industry.
Ji.
Does this documentary cover the part that
Yes.
where was he
Of
actually?
course.
Yes.
This
What was
documentary
he
covers
doing?
everything. This documentary covers the part of when he was a kid,
Hmm.
to how he became a musician,
Hmm.
to how he became a small-time pop star, to
Yeah.
how he found his fame,
Yeah.
to what happened to him when he found his fame. It talks about all his successes,
Yeah.
all the fantastic hit songs that he made,
Mm-hmm.
and then it talks about his downward spiral,
Hmm.
and it talks about the years where he had literally vanished,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then it talks about how he's going to come back.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's a full
Yeah.
journey, it's a full graph, and I really believe we've left out nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
really
I
special.
wish we had more time, but it's a 1.5 hour long
I
film, so
know.
you know, it is what it is.
It is going to be, I guess, emotional for every Indian out there to just go through that particular phase of Yo-Yo, the comeback, the struggle, where he was being celebrated. So this is going to be something which is very special. Moving on to the segments, I have two segments, which is what the comments and hashtag show. People have some sort of questions for you,
Ji.
if you can answer. So the very first question is, does this documentary cover the feud between Yo-Yo, Badshah and Raftaar?
Watch
You'll
the
have
film.
to watch it. You'll have to watch it. We're not going to say anything to you, but it covers everything about his life.
हम्म क्या सच झूठ दिखाने वाले हैं या वो सिर्फ उस चीज में ही रह जाएगा कि
आप देखो और आप हमें बताओ.
see they are not going to reveal anything guys. I tried my best. You gave me this, but
The thing is, something that I learned while making a documentary is that um, I think it's best for the audience to decide what the truth is, instead of us as the filmmakers trying to impose the truth on the world.
wow.
So
Yeah.
we have made the film where we have presented all sides of the situation to the world. You decide what is the truth. It is up to you. We've left it at that, and that's how we've made the film. So,
Guneet ma'am, for you, what is that one thing you wish to take from Yo-Yo?
His resilience.
Wow.
You know, कि सपने इतने बड़े देखो कि अपने सपनों से ही मतलब दुनिया आपको शक करे कि आप कैसे करो और वो करके दिखाओ. तो हम तो शायद इतने बड़े सपने भी नहीं देखते जितने हनी के हैं. तो मैंने वो बहुत I took his resilience and the power of dreaming big and showing up for yourself.
In the span of 3 years, you guys have been together discussing a lot of things. He must have said a lot. He must have shared a lot of lines or something. What is that one line or something which has stayed with you of him?
The one line that has stayed with me very often is like, shut the fucking camera because I do not want to answer a single more question that you're asking me. You're driving me crazy. So that has stayed with me the most. I'm like, no, I'm not shutting the camera. I'm really sorry. It's not happening. I remember we were in shooting in Los Angeles, and we were on the beach in Santa Monica, and it was a very beautiful moment, and the sun was setting, and it was really spectacular. The sky was, and I was having this very deep philosophical chat with him, and he had like, those toy shovels in his hand, and he was kind of just digging the sand and whatever stuff. And by the end of it, he had dug like a pretty big thing, and I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm going to shove you in there if you ask me one more question. And I thought that I was having a deep philosophical chat with him, but he was like, I'm sick of you.
Yeah.
So I remember moments like that. We've had a crazy journey making this film. We've had a lot of fun also. So I just remember stuff like that.
And the last question is, since you guys have worked closely with him, is Honey a very emotional person? Does he expresses himself or he stays quiet whenever he's emotional?
think he's a very deep, spiritual, emotional person. Yeah,
Very,
very.
very.
Expresses himself.
Yeah, but he also has. He can be very emotional,
Mm-hmm.
and he can be very expressive, and he can really speak his heart out. But he also has the ability to put his walls up.
Mm-hmm.
He can be both those things. So
Yeah,
it just really depends on how much trust you build with him,
yeah, that's
right?
the thing. Yeah.
And the thing is, I went into this film as the filmmaker, right?
Yeah.
I finished the film having found a younger brother. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. So it's been a journey.
Mm.
It's been a journey, and it's just he's just like any other person. He's a very normal guy actually who has a crazy life.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
Crazy
very
is
very
the
normal.
correct word for
Yeah.
him. I mean,
Famous.
yes. Famous.
Yeah.
Famous. And the last segment is the hashtag show, and we are ending it. So I'll be taking names. You just have to give a hashtag to everyone out there. Hashtag for Yo Yo Honey Singh.
Famous.
Oh my god. Okay, I got it. Okay, hashtag for Yo Yo Honey Singh. Well, she already chose famous. Powerful.
Mm-hmm. Shah Rukh Khan.
God.
Superstar.
Salman Khan.
Genius.
Phenomenal.
Deepika.
Gorgeous.
Spectacular.
Ranveer Singh.
Ranveer Singh. Power pack.
Coolest.
Alia Bhatt.
Powerhouse.
Yeah.
Best actor.
AP Dillon.
Generous.
Ultra cool.
And lastly, Badshah.
Badshah. Rockstar.
Talented.
Mm-hmm. I usually end my interview by asking the जो सामने बैठे हैं to give a life advice to people out there. You guys come with a lot of experience. I wish you to give one sort of life advice to all the people watching this.
What I learned from Honey, sapne dekho and then show up for your dreams. The power of resilience, the power of every day showing up.
And the other thing that I also learned from Honey is like, there are no rules. There are no rules. You make your rules and you live your life according to your rules and you go ahead and do exactly what you want because anything is possible. Really.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is going to be powerful. It is going to be courageous, lovely, emotional, a roller coaster ride on 20th of December only on Netflix. So
yes.
I wish the whole team, Yo Yo Honey Singh and everyone who's associated with it,
Thank you.
all the very best.
Thank you so
Filmygyan
much.
wishes you guys all the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.